Sky International audience for the lucky last here at Kalgoorlie on Hannon's Handicap Day. And Chris Shane, if we just cast our minds back half an hour, what a win that was by Tell 'em We're Coming, the favourite.
Oh, definitely so, Brittany, and to hook across heels coming down past the furlong, and we know how such a short straight it is, Kalgoorlie, one of the shortest in WA. But Pike, he was able to reel off some magic yet again and get to the outside. He was sort of at right angles at one stage, but once he straightened it up, didn't he let down? Tell him we're coming.
Yeah, sure did. Roger the Roman in second. Chris Parnham really had to do everything he could to try take a very, very narrow run on the inside. And Red Publisher, well, we heard from Ash Maley before the race. He gave a really nice each-way push, and that horse finished third in at 370. So hopefully you managed to find a result with the Hannon's Handicap. If not, let's see if we can send you home with a winner here in the last. This is the Austwide Mining Life members Golden Whip for over 1,400 metres. And, well, next Stop the Moon. This is your favourite. We continue the trend here of very short favourites like we started the day. It's at $1.60 for Dan and Ben Pearce and William Pike.
Yeah, very short in the last. Next Stop the Moon for favourite punters, William Pike and Den and Ben Pearce. Look, he's ready to win. He's on pace and fought on bravely to place at Belmont Park last start. He's proven over this trip. And he's definitely one of the main chances here. He's probably a little bit under the odds though, $1.65, just creeps a little bit out in the market. But look, he's a clear-cut favourite in the last. He looks well in the coat as well. Pretty well-defined muscle definition too in the back.
As William Pike looks for 5 winners on today's program. Can he rule her? The two, Luke Fernie, Mitch Pateman.
Yeah, universal ruler gelding. Does get a long way back in his runs, but he's been racing in top order, winner 3 starts ago.
Salty is the third horse we'll have a look at. This horse had a nice campaign in Broome, then in Carnarvon. Rob Gilberti, Chris Parnham.
Yeah, well, he swept to the lead and raced clear to Salute in superb fashion. That was at Carnarvon, Salty. So he's been racing up in Broome on the dirt up there. Again, where do you sort of, as a betting guide and as a form guide, where back onto the grass here? It's hard to line up, but look, should be competitive.
Monash is the 4. Shannon Rogan prepares, has put the blinkers on this gelding. Andrew Castle rides.
Yeah, 1,600 back to 1,400 tick. I think he's more of a 1,400 horse in which he has won at, and blinkers go on. Look, it was an average effort last start, but rule of line, but through that because it was over the mile. I don't think he gets a mile, this horse. I think he'll be the improver here.
The DeLorean is scratching, so we move to the 6, Chaya for Helen Harding and Brad Parnham.
Yeah, coming off just a modest run here last start. Did run on through the inside to finish 4th behind Tumbleweed Tango, a natural back marker though.
Rock My Lady, the 7 at $20, has had some support because it opened at $34, so might be one one of the outsiders here worth a play. Peter Fernie, Lucy Warwick.
Yeah, well, you go off that trainers stripping them fit a second up type of analogy, I would say, because, yeah, he ran down the track first up behind Double the Pro. So, look, Rock My Lady, a win would surprise because he does get well back in the field. Tumbleweed
Tango is the 8 for Pat Birmingham and Jade McNaught.
Yeah, well, she reeled off some real fast sectionals last start. She's an 8-year-old mare to get up and score last start over a mile. So back to 1,400 metres. May not be in her favour, but look, she won pretty convincingly last start for an 8-year-old.
Bohemian Lass is scratching, so we move to the 10, One Hot Fox for Neil Della and Kate Whitten.
Yeah, average effort here last time out. One Hot Fox. I think probably looking for a little bit more further ground, but this is a step in the right direction. Looks tested.
Pamando is the next horse. This is prepared by Helen Harding. We haven't seen this horse race here. It was previously over east, and we've just seen that one trial from it here in Cal. Troy Turner takes the ride.
Yeah, I watched that trial 2 weeks ago here behind Key to Fame. Didn't really put the acid test to it. It is a stayer, so we'll be too sharp here today.
So you think mare as well. 5-year-old Urkel is the 12 for Brett Matthews. Craig Newitt, drawn 1.
Yeah, look, outside chance for the multiples here. It's drawn 1, but it does get back. Maybe Craig Newitt, Froggy, maybe able to get him a little bit closer to the rails. Obviously will be on the rails, drawn one, but just a little bit closer and handier. And look, it could be a blowout. 2 starts ago, ran second behind Wok and Woll, and it was just off speed. So.
And Craig has had a wonderful day here riding a double in the Goldfields, the visiting jock. And, well, we look at this market for the last. And Next Up the Moon has just drifted slightly out to $1.70. So punters looking for what else they can back to take this favourite on. What are you recommending here in the last, Chrishane?
Well, we've got Next Stop the Moon on top for favourite punters. William Pike, how many does he ride in the last? Yeah, quite a few. Look, I think behind Next Stop the Moon, I'm going to make a case with Salty. If Salty can go forward from an outside gate and sort of get in, I liked the effort and the win last start at Carnarvon, and it was on speed. So Salty goes into the mix. 6 Chaya, I'm going to go outside then after those top 2, 1 and 3, then out to 6 Chaya. We'll get back. We'll need a lot of luck, but has drawn a little bit better. 1400 is its pet distance. It's won 4 times at that trip. And 8 Tumbleweed Tango. I mean, she's probably getting better with age. This horse, like a good bottle of bourbon or scotch later on what's been a colourful day up here on the Goldfields, a time-honoured race day with the Hannans handicap.
It certainly has been, and the new format, it must be said that today we are racing on the Thursday Hannans, and then it's just a day to freshen up, really. We'll have the Calcutta amongst other festivities tomorrow, and then it's back to do it all again on Saturday for the Cal Cup.
Yeah, standalone status for the Iron Jack, and it's one of the first in Australia, the Iron Jack, naming rights this year of the Kalgoorlie Gold Cup. It's going to be a ripper. Good field assembled for that, and of course tomorrow is a little bit of a breather, as you said, for patrons. They do have the sportsman's lunch, which is going to be emceed by our own WA's leading race caller Darren McCauley, and legendary ex-race caller in John Tapp is the special guest at that function, and that's held down here at the track. And then obviously leading into the night is the traditional Calcutta for the Kalgoorlie Cup on the preceding day. And
I tell you what, if you are heading to that lunch, you are in for a real treat, because John Tapp is one of the greatest storytellers that I have ever witnessed and had the pleasure of listening to. So everyone who's heading there are in for a real treat. It is just the first day here of Hannans of what is going to be a wonderful few days, and as we head into the last here, we hope to see you again on Saturday for the standalone meeting as we look forward to the Kalgoorlie Cup. But for now, we've still got one race to run, and it's up to Darren McCauley for his call of the last.
Here's Chaya coming up into the gates, only 1 or 2 left to move in. One Hot Fox joins the line, and so Urkel to be brought forward by Craig Newitt. Craig with a double here this afternoon, on an afternoon again dominated by the champion William Pike with 5. Now waiting for Monash to come forward with Urkel, which of course won, I think it was the same race last year on this day. Pretty sure it was the same race. In goes Urkel, and Monash, the last of them to come along. This is the Golden Whip. They're about to go. The starter waits patiently on the arrival of Monash. The red lights now displayed on top of the barrier stalls, and they're ready to run. Can Pike make it 5? On the favourite. They're racing. Tumbleweed Tango was the first away, but now driving through his next stop, the Moon, and he quickly rushes up on the inside to go to the early lead. Behind them is Urkel, who's nice and prominent. Also there, Monash in a speed that's really come off now, and he wants to take hold of the fave and slow them down through the first 300. Back behind those, then over on the outside is Can He Rule Her, trapped out there wide in a muddlingly run first part of the race. Chaya's gone up on the inside of Rock My Lady. Pomando with those as well. Then a length and a half to Salty, who's back with One Hot Fox in a bunch field at the 800. Out to the side of the course they go, and next stop, the Moon is under a choker hold from the Wizard. They come down the Charles Street side. Next stop, the Moon, 3/4 clear from Tumbleweed Tango. Can He Rule Her posted wide, but they haven't gone that hard. Urkel is going to follow the favourite to the home corner. So Newitt's got the sights of Pike right within him as they come to the bend. He just needs an out. Being followed then by Monash. Further back on the inside then is Chair at the top of the home straight as they reach the 350. Next stop, the Moon kicked a length and a half in front from Can He Rule Her into the open. Urkel starts to lay down the gauntlet as well. Next stop, the Moon quickly joined by Can He Rule Her. Urkel in the middle, though, splits them from Chaya with 100 left to go. Urkel reached the lead, and here's another one for Froggy Newitt. Comes away. Urkel, history repeats, 12 months on to beat Next Stop, the Moon. Chaya might be third down on the inside with Salty finishing well. Rock My Lady behind them. Can He Rule Her toughed it out from Tumbleweed Tango. Further back in the field when they'd pulled up behind them next of all is Monash, and the last two home, One Hot Fox back in company with Pomando. Well, a big day for Craig Newitt. He's ridden 3, Pike's won 4. Two absolute geniuses in the saddle, and tactically, what a ride again by Craig Newitt. He knew that he had to be on the back of Pike, and Urkel, he kicked up. Normally would be sitting back a little further, but not with the way the pattern is today. And he twigged to it, and he'd sat right on the toe ball of the favourite Next Stop, the Moon, and he pounced. And it's Urkel who repeats the dose 12 months on since its last victory in the same race by Ukbar from Amber Dream, prepared by Brett Matthews and ridden by Craig Newitt. Takes out the running of the last on the card for Mrs. S.P. Matthews, S. Brooks, Mrs. J. Gilby Brook, D. Plackett, Mrs. M. Plackett, John Ralph, S. Cull, and too good for them here in the last at good odds as well. $14 fixed, $14.80 there on the tote for Urkel. Number 1 second Next Stop, the Moon by Keltis out of Full Moon. Headed all its own way in front, prepared by Dan and Ben Pearce and ridden by William Pike. And third is number 6, Chaya, in the photo by Dane Shadow from Truly Elegant, Helen Harding and Brad Parnham ahead of number 3, Salty. Chris Parnham, 5th, Can He Rule Her, who was forced to sit deep in running. 123.79. It was a modestly run 1400. 34.33 the sectional. A length and a half by half a length the margins as they prepare to come back in on a great day, of course, for the visitor Craig Newitt, Froggy Newitt, with the third leg of a treble today. He and William Pike have totally dominated this Hannon's Day card.
Thanks for that, Darren. And the lucky last, the Austwide Mining Life Members Golden Whip. It's been on the traditional Hannon's Handicap calendar for quite some time now as an invitational race, and we just saw Urkel taking it out for Craig Froggy Newitt, slicing his way through, working off the heels of the leader to come out and score. For Brett Matthews, trained locally on the track, and Craig Newitt. To introduce proceedings for the final time this afternoon, we make welcome John Ralph, Chairman of the Calgary Boulder Racing Club Board.
Thank you, Christiane. Yes, the lucky last, and what a lucky race it was. Ladies and gentlemen, this year for the Life Members Golden Whip, we introduce a new sponsor and welcome a new sponsor to the KBRC, Austwide Mining Services. Robin and his wife Gail have come on board this year and very generously put up a good sponsorship for the race, because it is a good race. It's the Golden Whip Life Members, and we are very appreciative of their efforts, and we hope to continue with their support from years to come. Thanks very much. Just to quickly, if you can come up and present the Winning Connections the trophy. Thank you. Just come over here. Okay, we'd like to congratulate Brett Matthews on a fantastic training effort. Brett's not here, he's down there tending to horses like any good trainer does. We have, who are we going to have, Melissa? Yeah, we're going to have one of our part owners, Melissa Plackett, to come and present, to receive the trophy off Robin. Thanks, Melissa. Come on. You don't look like Melissa. You're not Melissa. Well done. Sam wants to say a few words. He's also a part owner as well. Thanks.
Thanks, Johnny. Look, on behalf of Matthews Racing and all the owners, thanks to Austwide for sponsoring the race, to Robin and the team. Thanks to the KBRC for a great day, and we'll see you back here for Cal Cup on Saturday. Cheers.
Very good. Photo. And that concludes the final presentation here trackside following the Austwide Mining Life Members Golden Whip, taking out by Urkel. And on behalf of the Calgary Boulder Racing Club, I'd like to thank your patronage this afternoon. The afternoon and evening is still young, and there's plenty of live entertainment to come your way. So stick around and we'll see you here live trackside on Iron Jack Calgary Gold Cup Day on Saturday.